inhibitor, Prozac class, like every other person that does something screwball seems to be. The answer is get rid of pilots entirely. Who stops hackers? Who stops rogue government people? Who stops people in the system instead of hijacking one jet and crashing it? Now when you centralize things, you can hijack all the jets and crash them. What if aliens show up with advanced technology and know how to instantly hack all of our computers? What they can do with all these smart meters and Trojan horses built and everything. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. Just start thinking about how you put an armored cockpit door in, and now it lets a crazy co-pilot kill everybody. One security fix causes a whole other string of problems. That's why the answer is an open, free, swashbuckling, frontier economy that goes into space. That's what empowers humans. Every philosopher's known it. In fact, it was even on a fortune cookie the other day. I think I shaved it. They were basically quoting Victor Hugo, the French philosopher and statesman, that adversity makes men, prosperity makes monsters. And it's absolutely true. I put it in my wallet, but I can't find it. That we want to build a world that challenges humans. I remember 15, 16 years ago, they began banning dodgeball. And I said they will now ban wrestling, touching, hugging, shaking hands. Then they'll start trying to restrict contact sports. And now, coast to coast, in most school systems, there is no dodgeball, then there's no tag, there's no touch football, and now there's no running at recess. I see that article every week where a new school district announces no one can run at recess in the playground from elementary up, and no one can touch. And that's the new socialist thing that parents are telling their children, even if they're not fighting. They say, you can't hug each other or touch each other in their homes. It's all prisoner training, dehumanization training, the fake feminism. All of it is about breaking up the human community. It's so simple. It's so crystal clear. We have to empower humanity. We have to believe in humanity. We have to see how amazing humanity is to then reach for the stars. But if you tell people they're crud and they're ugly and they're bad all day, unless you conform to the system, the only way you're beautiful is to work in the system and to comply with the system, and then you can be held up as an example of something good. That's what collectivism and statism is all about. And it kills the individual. It kills free will. It kills understanding that you're alive only once and part of this amazing experience and this incredible destiny, and that we're all interconnected. They've trained the public to be so self-serving, so narcissistic, so envious, so jealous, that they think if they stand up for their fellow man or do anything or stick their head up above the grass or stand up for any issue, that they're weak, they're a loser, that you get ahead by screwing everyone over, that you get ahead by being a manipulative liar, that you get ahead by being a piece of garbage. You can only do that for a time. Like cancer going through the body. If cancer had a consciousness, it would believe it was dominant. It would believe it was powerful for a season of 6 months, a year, 2 years. Racing through the body. Who could stand against it? Until it finally kills the host. And I don't watch a lot of television, but when I had surgery last week, I ended up staying home a lot. And so I would sleep some during the day and stay up at night. I probably watched 6, 7 episodes of House of Cards the first season. I like the lead actor. He's a great actor. But the whole thing's a very sick message of Malthusian social Darwinism, end justifies the means, Machiavelli. And that's the overall message. It's very sick. It's a psychic virus. And people sit there who are powerless and believe acting like a sociopath or a psychopath is going to give them power. It's not going to give your seed power. It's not going to give your progeny power. and it's not going to give you power. You could have been a psychopath 50 years ago or 10 years ago and gotten power out of it for a time. We're now coming to the carrying capacity of sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists, borderline personality disorder people on this planet who have been living off the goodwill of the rest of us.
Bugging out? What if you don't make it to your bug out location? Could you survive in the woods for days, weeks, years? Learn critical survival skills for warm and cold weather from Sigma 3 expert Robert Allen in this all-new 3.5-hour survival skills DVD series produced by the Survival Summit. Learn life-saving secrets on shelter, water, fire, and food procurement. Order the DVD series in the next 48 hours at thesurvivalsummit.com. Enter promo code SURVIVAL to save 10%. That's thesurvivalsummit.com.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
It's time to build your own emergency food stockpile with the industry leader, My Patriot Supply. Once you try them, you'll know why so many Americans like you have made them part of their emergency preparedness plan. Experience the My Patriot Supply difference today with this unbelievable offer. Right now, a 4-week food supply is only $99, and that includes free shipping. That's 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours. Limit 2 per caller while supplies last. This offer isn't available online, so you want to make sure and grab this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99, and it'll be shipped to you completely free. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Don't wait. Call today.
Hey, how you doing, Al?
Good, brother.
Just recently started using your products. Everything you said about them's correct. Me and my wife both use a lot of them, and it's made a lot of changes in our lives here.
Well, thank you, brother. It's because it also funds our operation, but doing that, I know I've got to have the highest quality. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals.
We do the Super Male and the Super Female Vitality. Big changes, a lot of energy. We've gotten off of the cheap energy drinks, energy shots, saving a ton of money there.
Sourced from powerful organic herbs, harvested around the planet, and then concentrated for maximum potency. They want to stun and dumb down, and energy drinks and stuff just cover that up for a while, but then burn you out, in my experience, whereas stuff that gets your glands naturally going goes right to the source. So it's pretty exciting, and I love it. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
Usually, the older one gets, the less you are able to absorb amino acids and the less you are able to repair the 100 trillion cells of your body. As a result, you'll have less energy, your tissues will shrink, and you'll become wrinkled. An older person will typically injure more easily and heal more slowly. Not fun. However, if you can consume a protein powder that is easier to absorb, then you may be able to gain back some strength, muscle, and speed of recovery. One World Whey is a highly digestible whey protein powder that may be the perfect answer for you.
My name is Errol. I'm 74 years old. You know, the taste of One World Whey is amazing. I play pickleball, and since taking One World Whey and your trace mineral supplement, I have more energy and recover faster from my working out. I used to take another grass-fed whey protein powder, but now I'm getting much better results using One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com.
Segment, we're going to look at the militarization of police in this country and go back to the Phoenix Project that was partially declassified in the 80s that was carried out in Vietnam. And the Phoenix Project is a precursor to the operations carried out by basically above special forces groups here inside the United States and worldwide. And yes, the major groups, because they're even larger than the special forces groups that are known of, are basically above special forces. And they're beyond the contractors as well. And more of that shadow government army is becoming public. But I want to break down the shadow assassin army with an excellent John Bowne report that I'll augment with some other intel, tying it into the Phoenix program and Senator Kerry, not John Kerry, the other senator, who was involved in the Phoenix Project. So that is all coming up. Torture, assassinations, you name it. That's why one of the former top Cuban exiles, anti-communist, went public last week and said, I'm worried about Jade Helm. I saw the footage here in Florida. That's training to round us up. But I told the crew and I told the listeners, part of Jade Helm will then be announced. This big, now 10-state, it was 7-state, then 8-state. This 10-state operation will be announced, and they'll have dirty bomb and decontamination for chemical attacks on the news that's totally legitimate out of the Department of Ordnance Disposal of the Army. Because it's not my first rodeo. Every time we catch Delta Force doing takeover drills of the city of San Antonio or Kingsville or Houston, or doing it in East St. Louis, or then they'll have a report the next week. Look, the Army was out helping firefighters deal with a dirty bomb. Sure enough, they announced yesterday that Jade Helm's a bunch of dirty bomb drills. I mean, they run the same plays to brainwash the public over and over again. So that's coming up in the next segment. There is just an over-the-top headline on DrudgeReport.com. It's also on Infowars.com, but you can't miss it on DrudgeReport.com. Cheney, Obama wants to take America down. Such a stunning headline, I can't even read it correctly. Cheney, Obama wants to take America down. Well, that's actually true. And everybody knows I'm not a fan of Dick Cheney and his Patriot Act and his police state and his drug war, but the Daily Caller has the headline. And there's video of this. We need to get that video. I want to play it coming up in the next segment. Cheney, President Obama wants to take America down. He told the Hugh Hewitt show Tuesday night, former Vice President Dick Cheney said that President Obama's actions on the world stage exemplify a president who wants to take America down. Regardless of what you think of Dick Cheney, that's a true statement. Obama really is, and this is a blind spot I had. I thought Obama would be a fake globalist liberal, and I thought that he really was just an establishment insider who wanted to bankrupt the middle class and consolidate power, but still keep the American empire going. He actually is phasing us into the fall of the American empire with this Chinese investment bank and this trilateral acceleration and transferring the power to the UN and NATO. That's why he became the first U.S. president to head the Global Security Council, which violates Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution. And remember, they had all these top globalists like Henry Kissinger at that event a few years ago when he became the head of the Security Council because it violates the law. You can't have the president chair the most powerful position, more powerful than the head of the UN, more powerful than Boutros Ghali and Ban Ki-moon and all the other UN heads that we've seen as the Secretary Generals. Unprecedented. So when we come back, we've got that video of Dick Cheney says Obama wants to take America down. That's actually true. Dick Cheney, for all the horrible things he did, never tried to overthrow Egypt and put the Muslim Brotherhood in charge. Dick Cheney didn't come after our guns. Dick Cheney came after our borders. He came after our sovereignty, the North American Union. I mean, he followed the whole program that Obama's following, but under Obama, it is really accelerated. And that's saying a lot, that as bad as Bush and Cheney were, now Cheney is saying Obama wants to take America down. It's just so strange to hear something truthful out of Dick Cheney's mouth. So that's coming up as well. And then we've got huge war news, obviously. This is huge out of AFP. U.S. Aerospace Command moving their comm centers here back into bunkers.
We're on the